Okay, so I'm gonna put some pants on. It's about noon. I'm gonna put some pants on. It is raining out. I'm gonna go call my grandmother, and we'll go from there. These, I'm taking these batteries. I've done enough testing to conclude that that at least one of these two batteries is fucked. I'll have to get some more batteries. But I mean, I've got three. I've got three sets. I'm gonna take these. What I'll do is I'll take these and I'll put them in. Yeah, I'll put them in my keyboard. And then stop pretending that they're gonna work because they're not. Okay, that was weird. She didn't. She asked me to call her and then she didn't pick up. So I don't know. That's weird. I got the collect thing and the no response. So maybe she wasn't expecting me to call collect. Although I think she knows I don't have a phone. But on the other hand, like I say, I think she's 77. So like I say, she was in great shape the last time I saw her. But you know, this is the kind of thing that you can't fight, right? Eventually it starts to get you. So I don't know. Maybe she doesn't even remember asking to call her, or maybe she didn't recognize my name, or I don't know what. But I spent. I'm running a little bit late because I was sending some emails back and forth with my sister. Because I was trying to figure out if she might be giving me a little bit of information. And she pointed out that it seems like Google Voice works in Canada now. The last time I haven't checked in it would have been about 3 years ago. That was the last time I checked, and it just there was no Google Voice in Canada. She claims there is Google Voice in Canada now, so I should actually check. I should set that up. That will make my life a lot easier once that's set up, and I can just do outcalling calls from there. That will, well, it will give me what I need, right? It will give me an outgoing phone, and then I can call her free of charge at whatever time of day I want. So that's what I will do. I just wanted to check briefly to see if it was an emergency or something. I need to put this away. It's like I say, it says it's waterproof, but I don't really want to push it. But yeah, something else that she pointed out. I have a full sister and a half sister. There is a remote possibility that you may meet my full sister one day. There's almost no chance you'll ever meet my half sister because I really don't. I'm pretty distanced from essentially my entire family, but I did at one point have a relationship with my full sister. I never really had a relationship with my half sister. We don't really know each other. But yeah, she's been getting MRIs, and she's got an issue with some tangled up veins. Hers is in the back of her neck. Her sounds a lot more serious than mine does, to be frank with you. But when you put that, we both have basically the same issue, and the reality is that my father died of brain cancer a few years ago. So is there something to be a little bit concerned about regarding that? I'll bring that information to the doctor today. I will probably have to walk in the rain, but like I said, I want to get this away because it says it's waterproof, but let's not test it. So I'm back out in the rain on the way to the ear doctor. It is raining, no question about that. Am I late? I think that depends on your definition of the word late. Am I late relative to personal expectations or oppressive social norms? I'm about 10 minutes later than I wanted to be. Meaning I've got about a half an hour to make up what I'm thinking is a roughly 40-minute walk. I say roughly because I've walked this walk many times now, and its length is really quite variable. Depends on how awake I am, how much coffee I've had, etc., etc. And I think that probably the weather is a complicating factor as well. I've said this before, I'm not late because I want to be late. I'm late because I can't help it. Again, I don't really want to push this. It said it's waterproof and it's doing okay. And I mean, it's not like this is not a torrential downpour or anything. It's really just it's raining, that's clear, but it's not raining that hard. I think there's probably more water on the screen I'm looking through than there is on the lens. But, well, there would be because I'm pointed down, right? And water comes from the top. Water comes from the sky, kids. See, and now the lens will get wet. Yeah. We need to have a talk today about what exactly it is. Oh shit! I forgot the scan. I'm sure she has it. When I walked out on this doctor the last time, I told her I was looking for evidence of some kind of structural damage on the inside of my face. After having ruled out a tumor. And we agreed on that, and then I walked out. They have found something that I think could... almost dropped you. I thought you could get away, huh? They found something that I believe can be vaguely classified as structural damage, the vascular loop, meaning that it's sort of like a pinched nerve, which is structural damage of some sort. I'm not a doctor. I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to be empirical here, trying to explain what it is that I'm feeling. And I actually, considering that I have a vague understanding of what's underneath my skin around my ear, as most people do, I think that my description was actually pretty good, considering the circumstances, considering context. I do basically have structural damage around the inside of my ear. So what we need to do is figure out what exactly that means, whether there's any meaning to a family history here. My sister having a similar issue in the back of her head, and my father having died of brain cancer a few years ago. Are these things related, or is this just unbelievably an unbelievable coincidence? And we need to determine if there's something we can do with a focus on my hearing. My focus is, I've got the hemifacial spasm. That's the better thing to say than facial tic, which is what I've been saying for a while now. A hemifacial spasm. Excuse me. It's kind of palsy-like, right? So I got that. I got a bit of vertigo. I can deal with that shit, right? I don't particularly like it, but I can deal with it. It's life. We've all got something wrong with us, right? It's the potential for hearing loss. I don't want to risk. I'm looking pretty grody today. There's no question about that. It's the potential for hearing loss that I don't want to risk. So if there's anything she can do, like I say, I believe that there is a surgical procedure where they can go in and just untangle the tangle. And I really do think that's the right way to think of it. I've got a knot underneath my cochlea, and if they can get in there and untangle it, then it might fix the interference. Is this all going to tie? If this all ties in together into this massive storyline, I'm going to be impressed. There was no intent for this. Well, how can I have an intent to control? Let's not walk down this quantum consciousness nonsense walkway here. Let's avoid that path. For the rest of the day, when I get back, today is the day of alter realities. It's Thursday. So I need to get that up. We didn't actually talk about the alter reality last week. I need to figure that out. I need to get all that shit. This has to be the last day, because I have to get back to doing something productive tomorrow. I'll need to do some grocery shopping on my way back, and I have every intention of barricading myself into that place for about a week. I need to go out and get some pills on the 26th or the 27th. I have every intention of barricading myself in there for a while, and getting all this shit done. So that's the, and I've been saying that forever. I've been saying that since I started this stupid bullshit, right? I will now refer to the vlog as stupid bullshit. No, I've been saying that since the start, is that I gotta get over what I'm doing and get back to doing something more productive. And I have to, like now. So tomorrow, it's gotta be tomorrow. I will keep myself awake. I will ingest myself with coffee. I will be awake until I am done the bullshit and can get back to work tomorrow. Now let me put this coffee down, let me wipe this off, and let's get walking. Turned out I was about 10 minutes late, 15 maybe, and I've been in the office here for a while, or in the room here. I'm not sure if she was late anyways, and I just kind of, and it didn't matter, or if I got pushed back. We'll kind of find out. It is still raining. It's a little bit later than I wanted it to be. I think it's probably close to 4. I need to head to the grocery store and back. What she explained to me was that I'm out of her range as an ear doctor. I'm not entirely. I think she may be. I think she may be hemming herself in a little too hard. But at the same time, I think it's important that if she feels that she's coming out of her specialty, that she also is very clear in broadcasting that, and she was very clear in broadcasting that. That was responsible of her, at the very least. So, I think that maybe the basis of my criticism may have reduced to being less clear about where the boundaries of her specialties are. If she was absolutely clear from the start that anything behind the ears is not her, and she won't have anything to do with that, then she was right to discharge me, because that's not that's not an area that she's comfortable diagnosing or working with, right? I can point out that there was maybe a little bit of poor communication, but I'll take some responsibility for that because I'm notorious for poor communication. So that's kind of my takeaway from this. I'm cold because it was cold in there, and now I'm walking out into the cold rain. It'd be nice if I could find someone to warm up a little, but I need to see a neurologist. It's just that simple. Bad communication, perhaps, but I think on deeper reflection, there really wasn't anything she could do besides tell me to see a neurologist. So that's what I'm doing. Is we'll have to clear that up. Clarify the point when I see the GP next week. I'm home. Those boots are really not made for walking though, so my feet are super sore. Take them out of those socks, and I'm gonna sit down for a little bit before I do anything, just let my feet rest. But I got my groceries done, and everything, like, I need to be in for the next week, and at the very least be started on what I'm doing. I'm just gonna sit down and watch a couple of vlogs. I think this thing's okay. It seems okay. I think maybe the condensation is more of a problem than the actual water. Let this dry out, and yeah, hopefully this is the last day of editing and annoyance. And I got all the other things to do too, right? But at the very least, on the way to get some work done tomorrow. Turns out that laptop has a mic built into it, so setting up Google Voice was just as simple as installing it. Hopefully I can call my grandma tomorrow. I was considering making a vlog entitling it the epic struggle to call my grandmother, but it wasn't much of a struggle. It was very simple. That's actually very useful to me because now I have an outgoing phone here, and something I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to I'm gonna call the when I was at the doctor's office the other day. They asked me to call them to see if I can get a quicker date. In fact, are they open still? I'll call them tomorrow. Call them tomorrow and see if I can get that pushed up a little bit. Um, yeah, that's actually very very useful to me. If it works, I'm not 100% sure the mic worked. I'm 98% sure the mic worked, but I'll try that tomorrow. And, it makes my life. It's just when I moved down here, I got the internet hooked up, and I thought, what am I gonna do about a phone? And I did the research, and I said Google Voice. That looks like the best thing, but it wasn't available in Canada. That was 3 years ago, and I guess now it is available in Canada. So that's what I wanted to do, and now it works. So this is good. This is very good. I'm happy about this.